Once again, we'll begin with a few questions from our media. If you have a question for Leandro, please press the raise hand button. Dylan, your line is now live.
Hey there, appreciate you guys making some time. I'm just kind of curious here because, we're heading into a very high stakes fight in the bantamweight division that also happens to be a rematch, and the first fight being a few years back now. I'm kind of wondering the biggest differences between the Leandro Higo that fought Caldwell the first time versus where he's at now.
Hi guys. A diferença é enorme, né? Tá vendo aí pelos resultados que estão vindo. 3 anos atrás eu era um atleta, hoje em dia sou outro, né? À toa que agora é o Walter Higo, novo eu. E estou muito motivado com essa revanche. Sempre é bom a revanche, dar uma pimentada a mais na comida e tô muito motivado para isso.
I'm a totally different Leandro Alter Ego, three years ago, I was a completely different fighter, a completely different person. And now I am a more complete fighter, not only inside the cage, but outside the cage, physically and mentally, and as a person. And I will display that in this next fight.
Awesome. Thanks for the time, guys.
Next.
Hi, Leandro. Hi, Eric. So you're on a winning streak, and not so long ago you lost against Caldwell. As they say, if you're a fighter, you want to get that one back. How did you manage to get a rematch a couple of fights later against Darrion?
Então, o Caldwell desceu para a categoria e ali ficou meio embaçado ali, né? Muita gente lutando e Caldwell é um cara que vem de nome e sempre o Bellator me dá os melhores caras para me lutar e é isso que me motiva, né? A estar ainda nessa divisão e eu quero mostrar para todos que eu posso depois dessa luta ser o próximo desafiante ao cinturão e é isso que eu aceito, os melhores desafios. E tô aí para isso, tô pro jogo.
So Caldwell has went up a weight class. Now he's coming back down. The weight class is a little bit different now. It's a lot more studs in this category. And Bellator has always faced me up against the best and the biggest names. And this rematch has a little bit more motivation because it is a rematch for me. So I think this rematch is going to decide who's going to be fighting for the title after this. It's the title eliminator, Leandro Alter Ego, the new Leandro, and a new Caldwell coming down back from 66 kilos.
And what are we going to see of you on this fight?
Can you repeat that?
What are we going to see of you, of Leandro, on this fight?
As 2 últimas lutas sempre estou trazendo algo novo e dessa vez não vai ser diferente. Vou trazer um Leandro bem mais melhorado do que a luta com bandejas. E pode esperar um cara agressivo, buscando a luta todo tempo, atrás de acabar essa luta de todo momento.
So you've seen I've evolved the last 2 fights, always bringing new skills to a fight like I did against Bandejas, and you're going to see an aggressive Leandro, a guy that's coming to take his head off and always trying to finish the fight.
Well, thank you so much and wish you the best.
Thank you very much.
Michael?
Olá, Leandro. Espero que você esteja bem. Quais são os principais desafios que você enfrentou ao se preparar para essa luta no meio da pandemia?
Hey, Leandro, what were some of the challenges that you had to face during this pandemic? Training during this pandemic.
Sempre no Brasil é um pouco complicado treinar no meio dessa pandemia, muitas coisas, a academia fechando todo momento, né, por causa dos protocolos do governador. E assim, mas a gente sempre mantém treinando, né? Se eu não tô na academia, tô fazendo algo só, mas foi um ótimo camp, eu acho que foi um dos melhores camps da minha vida, esse camp pro Caldwell. Trouxe um iraniano e trouxe também um americano para me ajudar no meu camp, né, na parte de wrestling. E tô muito feliz, tô muito motivado para essa luta. E eu não vejo a hora que chega sexta-feira, que eu tô doido para brigar.
So this pandemic has posed a lot of challenges. You know, the gyms has to keep opening and closing. Training isn't as as 100% as you would like because of the challenges of how many coaches and how many partners you can have in the gym at one time. But this last camp has definitely been one of the best camps of my life. And I brought in an Iranian national team member from wrestling, the Sultan of SWAT. So, hey, I brought in Joe Colon, who's ranked number 3 in the world in wrestling. So we brought in some real big time wrestlers for this camp to prepare for Caldwell. And the challenges haven't been as much during this camp. Now that the pandemic is I guess the regulations are less now, so the challenges haven't been as important or as challenging for this camp. So it's been a great camp.
And my last question, this is your 5th year with Bellator. How do you feel knowing that Bellator only gives you, the elite athletes, the best opponents? Minha última pergunta, este é o seu 5º ano no Bellator. Como você se sente sabendo que o Bellator oferece os melhores adversários?
Isso aqui já... Então, agora passei assim, na minha chegada no Bellator foi um pouco conturbado. Já fui uma luta direta, na minha primeira luta foi uma luta grande, né? E tive pouco tempo de preparar, depois já voltei a lutar contra os melhores. Passei praticamente 2 anos parado por conta de lesões e outras coisas. E eu acho que agora chegou o meu momento e fico feliz em poder, porque por eles me dar os melhores lutadores, porque se eles estão dando os melhores é porque eles têm confiança no meu trabalho.
Yes, since day one, I've been offered the biggest and best names. My first fight in here was for a world title. My 3rd fight was for a world title. So I've been offered the biggest names in this organization. I had almost 2 years off because of injuries and whatnot. And now I'm back. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm in the best form. And yes, and I'm real happy that I'm always getting offered these big names. That means they're confident in my abilities as a fighter. Bellator is that they're giving me the biggest names in the game. That's what I want, and that's what they've been giving me.
Tony?
First up, Eric, that's a hell of an outfit.
Oh, thank you. Shout out to Philip Klein.
Excellent, and thanks for your time, both. Leandro, my question is, obviously with Bellator, we've seen a lot of tournament formats across divisions. Following this fight, would you be open to taking part in a bantamweight tournament? Should that be the best route to a title shot?
Sim, isso seria uma ótima, até mesmo para alavancar o nome da nossa divisão, né? Um torneio seria uma boa, além de tanto eu ia adorar esse torneio, tanto para ser campeão também como para virar milionário.
Yeah, that's a great idea to have a tournament with some of the best fighters in the world. I believe this is one of the doesn't matter what promotion, this 135-pound division is the best in the world. And tournament would be great because not only would I become world champion, I'd get to become a millionaire, $1 million man.
Thank you both.
All right, Leandro, Eric, thank you very much for the time and good luck this week.
Did Barcelona ask a question, Jim? Come on, Jim.